This is David Gilmore, known as LDS Prepper, and to watch over 600 videos on emergency preparedness on how to prepare for an EMP, live off grid, water filtration, purification, how to grow food as if your life depends on it, and many other videos, go to ldsprepper.com. The last couple days, my wife and I have been cleaning out the raspberry bushes, getting rid of all the weeds and cutting down the canes. And since then, it's been snowing and raining, and we've got a big pile of wet debris to burn. Today I'm going to show you how you can safely burn wet trash and weeds. Here's my approximately 4.5 foot high pile of weeds that have had snow sitting on it, and then it rained, and so this pile of weeds is wet. But it's a clear day. There's almost no wind at all, barely even a breeze. And I've got this out in an area on my property where this fire cannot spread. I've got my water hose here, and a lot of people would say, all right, now's the time to get out the gasoline and pour it on there. I would never ever recommend starting weeds or trash on fire with gasoline because it will explode. Others recommend diesel, which is great. I do recommend diesel, but I don't have any diesel here because I don't have any diesel equipment. But one thing that we do use here in our house as backup is kerosene for heating our house. And we actually have this heater that we have kept our entire family warm in a winter storm that took out all the power for several days. We were able to put the kerosene in that heater, gave us light, warmth. We were able to cook on that. We turned what could have been a catastrophe into a fun in the house camp out for our kids. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to take this kerosene and I'm going to put an excessive amount of kerosene on this pile of weeds just to show you that it is safe to use. You can pour this on the top, you can pour it on the base, whatever, around it. You just need something to get it started. And so I'm just going to walk around the base here and pour kerosene. Now typically I would never use this much. I don't think you need to use this much, but I just want to show you that this is the safest way that I know of to start burning weeds that are wet. Okay, so I just had probably about 2.5, 3 cups of kerosene left in there, and now I'm going to light it. You can't see it in the video, but this is lit, and this is what we use to light our fires in our house. And so I'm just going to come up here to the base and find a spot that has some kerosene in it. There we go, right there. You see no explosion. Like I said, I have an excessive amount of kerosene on here, so I'm backing up quite a bit. And you don't need to use that much kerosene, but that's how fast this will burn, even with this pile of wet weeds. So if you want a safe way to burn your trash and your weeds, I recommend kerosene or diesel. As the fire burned down a bit, I would move the weeds around and twigs, sticks with the rake and make sure everything burned down. So it's basically burned down and it's just smoldering now. I've got work to do here in the office, so I'm just watching the burn pile here on my security camera, making sure that everything's safe. And if I switch cameras, then I can watch my wife working on the blackberry bushes. Spring has sprung and we're excited to do our garden prep. As you can see from this camera view, we got the strawberries doing well and the bed prepared for the seasonal vegetables in the greenhouse. This is LDS Prepper reminding you, if you are prepared, you shall not fear. Please go to ldsprepper.com to view more practical videos on how to prepare for emergencies and everyday life.